Slam! What a queen sacrifice to end the game. Let's rewind, because there's really only one man in the world that can land such moves, and here he is. Some say he can force resignation with just a stare, that he dreams in chess notation, and he taught Hikaru everything he knows about the Lucena position. Of course, it's the overpowered Nans Niemann. He's playing with the black pieces. Round 6 of the FIDE Grand Swiss, and his opponent, let me try and get this right, is Shamsidin Vokidov. Very strong Uzbekistani player. They're in Uzbekistan, Samarkand. He's a local lad. Very strong player in his own right. Not quite at Nodebek's level, but boy is he sharp. Niemann going for the aggressive Sicilian though. He does outgun him, not just in the body physique department, but on the board. Now d6, d4, and Niemann goes for one of the most razor sharp openings in all of chess. The Najdorf variation, named after Miguel Najdorf. You take control of this square and boy does it get tasty. This is the English attack. You can do some stuff like this. You can do some stuff like this. Niemann going for the push immediately. The Empire strikes back and it leaves this gaping hole, but he immediately plugs it. Very nice. Now we see f3 and you could develop the knight, the bishop. Ultimately, white is looking to pawn storm very often. Can get really uncomfortable if you don't know what you're doing. So this move fights against that. Plus, you feel like an absolute boss when you push it over the board. I've had a year off over the board. Really excited to get back to it down my local club. You can't beat over the board chess. Now we get queen d2. King about to castle queenside, and it gets really tasty like I said. You could already castle queenside. Bishop e2. But Shamsidin goes knight d5, changing the structure. I mean, these guys are booked up to the teeth. So many things you have to prepare. This is why I hate the Najdorf and such crazy variations. I just want a game. By the way, Lotus Chess down in the description if you want to learn your openings in a gamified, fun way. Takes away the drudgery of it. Wasn't even planning to mention it. I just got to do so. It's so good. Check is played and it's a weird move. Let's be honest. Was not forced. You could have played castles even. A5 is one suggestion, I guess, going after this guy here, but this one puts the question. If you do this, not ideal. Good exchange for black, ruin the castling rights. If you move the king, not ideal. So g3, bishop backs up, and this is really the point. Micro damage to the structure, h4 could be on the way, so if in doubt, block the toilet with all your might. It's what Shamsidin does here. Very delicious chess. Now the knight develops. Niemann finally has got his bits out. Well done to him. Both players castle. And on the opposite flanks, one of the most exciting things in chess, Andrea spinning the beats. Just saw the Botez sisters have a podcast. How exciting is that? Now the queen develops and Niemann roars like a mighty chess lion as he pushes the f-pawn, takes the center. Absolutely love these kind of structures. Black playing here, white sometimes playing here with the pawns. We saw Fabi do that in the World Championship against Magnus. Not quite from this opening, but similar themes. G4 expands and it gets so razor sharp as Niemann counterpunches with pawn e4. Now there's so much going on here. I cannot dive into every variation. My head's spinning. I'm waiting to meet a friend. But let's say you take. That looks really natural. Well then, look at the plummet of the bar here. Real butt flap fallout because the knight jumps, hits the queen. Now let's say queen d2 to stop f4 because that's a threat in some lines. Well then the knight can jump, pick up a tempo and you take here. How amazing is that octopus? You know, just one sample line. Try and stop the jump here. Well then anyway you can go f4. Even taking can be good, or taking, let's say. So okay, there's a lot going on. The queen backs up. It's the best move. Again, 3 pawn captures possible. Taking here with the bishop and queen battery possible, but a bit suicidal opening that file. But this, the best move. What a piece. If you can't achieve f4 and kick it, then this is a monster. And sure enough, how do you do that? You don't. So in the game, knight d4 apparently best, but this was tried. Now Niemann could take here. He decides not to do so. Queen b4 is the follow-up. This is one sample line. It really is complicated. Let's just keep having some fun because pawn takes was played. The rook now hits the f-pawn. So now knight d4 covers it. Also threatens to go to fork Vegas. So we get queen d7, natural, connecting the rooks. Bishop g5. Bit of pressure there. Do you want to take? Maybe open the file and stuff. So this was played. Queen f4. The white force is really massing now. This is tough. And here, bishop g5 is played. Takes g5. Now to me, it looks so natural to take with the pawn, set up the avalanche, open the rook. But apparently, black's okay with g6. I mean, I would never, ever assess this as being okay for black. But apparently it is. This is such a monster, and the queen can now sit on g4. Pressure here, you know, if takes, you connect stuff. So yes, white's got a monster and a monster, but black's got some monsters. So it's just a big monster party. Who knows what's going on? These guys do, apparently, because the queen takes. Best move. Niemann could now go knight g4, f2. They keep Ival Barovic happy at zeros. But he plays rook f6, and it swings now. About a pawn. This one's gobbled. That's one to the good. Delicious. The rook's double. And the best way for white to play is this. Kind of a liquidation, but not really. Because white's a pawn ahead. Pressure against the king. Very annoying hook. Soon to pull the king open. And white is safe as houses over here. That's the big difference. Big winning chances here, you know. But coming back, it wasn't played. Queen g5 selected. Looking to run that pawn, no doubt. Maybe ideas of this one day. Bring a knight. Lovely attacking position. Just be careful of the defense of the pawn, though. But Niemann's taking no prisoners. He plays what can only be described as an absolute
game changer.
Rook takes on f5. Sacrificing the exchange. Rook takes back, queen backing up, and now everything comes with tempo. Pawn attacked, king b1 playable to keep Lord Hans Feingold happy, but a3 selected, f2 in response, and now the best move for white is pawn h5. Get some counterplay going, you've got to do it. But this is played, this is a bit meek, a bit passive. Rook f3. Queen g5 looks for some checks, but it's just one check. King hides out. So Niemann correctly activates that octopus, and it's getting really tough. This is a threat and a fork and all that kind of stuff. Apparently b3 is best, but that looks completely weird. Why is that even being suggested? Okay, decoy the queen a bit. Then what? Queen b4. I don't know. Too ninja for me. In the game, we had rook d3. And actually, as well as attacking the rook and offering this exchange and mangling of the structure, if you do this, it's not the best. Because queen d4 is the best move, but then there's check, king h7, queen g5. Becomes more difficult to make progress. Knight's a bit loose, king's exposed, even though you've got a structure that only a mother could love. So let's run back. We didn't see takes. We saw queen e4. Beautiful little move, because if white takes, not played, then can you find the follow-up shot? Checkmate in 2. It's this, of course, and this, and this. Making a queen would help. Rook ain't going to cut it. Now you're losing the game. So we come back. This the threat. So queen d2. The rook now backs up to f5. And the best move, queen g3. Cover this g2 square from the queen invasion. But this played low on time. Queen g2 hits it. Rook backing up. Can you find the finishing blow that Niemann lands on the board like a hammer? Queen takes on h1, of course. Beautiful cheese, stinky, crumbly, epic, majestic. This is the finishing line. Say like this, give up the queen, you emerge a knight ahead. So this is the final position, 35 moves spanking. Hope you enjoyed that one, and have a look at the video on screen in case you missed Magnus, Hikaru, Titillating Tuesday played yesterday. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon. Cheers.